Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the forecast for each life path number for the month of July 2025. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like your own personal numerology reading, please book some time with me. My information's in the description box below and I would love to work with you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Life Path 44-8. So you all are going to be working with the vibration of the 66, so 606. This is ultimately a very strong love vibration. And it doesn't just necessarily mean like with romantic partners, etc. It could very much mean moving through things, that were very difficult and getting to the other side of them and stepping into the higher octave of those, whatever it might be, right? So this could be about maybe you've been moving through some kind of a journey that has been about self-love and maybe you haven't recognized your worth. And so you've had to move through experiences that were very difficult to help you to see your worth and what you deserve. And so just that process and getting to the other side of that, is about embodying love, right? Self-love. Maybe you've been through some kind of very challenging experience with another person, and maybe you parted ways, but maybe you were carrying a lot of resentment or anger or frustration over that parting of ways, and you were able to, through the course of your actions, get to the other side of that, to now where you have forgiveness in your heart and resolution. And so again, those are like acts of love in action. And so when we talk about love, when it comes through in a cycle, it's really those acts of love and embodying that vibration and then being in the higher octave of it. So that is very possible at this time throughout July that you will likely come out the other side of those experiences that were very challenging, that helped you to unlock the wisdom and to help you to see the higher octave of the situation, right? There's definitely this sense throughout this cycle of kind of like after a really long struggle, a period of struggle, you're kind of, again, on your way through the door. You're on the way to a successful and happy conclusion. The job is done. You've done the work. You've paid the price, right? Like you've really put in the effort. And so now it's like you coming out the other side of that and being able to really, take a breath, first of all, but really just embrace how far you've come, embrace the wisdom that you have achieved through the process. And remember, 44s are the wisdom keepers, right? So, you are meant to take this wisdom and turn it into something, do something with it, share it in some way that's unique and unique to you. And so this cycle throughout July is offering you opportunities to do exactly that, right? To recognize not only what you've been through, but what you learn through those experiences, coming out the other side of that, being able to recognize, again, how far you've come and being able to unlock that wisdom and putting that sort of in your toolkit so that when the time comes to share that wisdom, you've got it ready to go. Really beautiful energy here. And you could notice a lot of healing, not necessarily like this month you're healing, but like you can look back and see like all the healing that kind of took place. And it doesn't have to be like anything super profound. It could just be like, moving from a space of having like lack mentality to, again, recognizing your worth. That can happen through experiences. And that is a form of healing. And so again, so much wisdom this is the month where so much wisdom can be reaped. Like you've sown it, you've gone through the experiences, you've done the challenges. This is a beautiful month for recognizing that and grabbing that wisdom. This is definitely a love vibration. So for some of you, companionship could come your way. Love, like that deep soul contract kind of love could come your way. Meeting of the minds, meeting people who have similar values, who have a similar vision, could definitely present at this time. And you could find that, someone presents some kind of proposal or opportunity or an invitation to join them in some way, in some kind of mutual endeavor that can bring about some kind of greater fulfillment. And so again, and maybe it'll be an opportunity for you to use so much of that wisdom that you've accumulated up to this point. There's definitely a coming together aspect involved here. And so what that looks like for you will depend on your circumstances. It can be romantic. It can be a business partnership. It can be, again, like a collaboration that tends to be quite profound. Is very, very possible at this time. Pay attention to the opportunities that present and don't be too quick to dismiss them because of self-doubt or fear or whatever. Find a way to move through that so that you can say yes to the opportunity, because again, it could give you some kind of outlet to share that immense wisdom that you have accumulated. Travel is definitely possible at this time. So throughout July, if you have an opportunity to travel, whether it's for pleasure or work, I would say go for it if you can, because it could bring a lot of enriching experiences into your life that can also play a role in helping you to get to the other side of some of the challenges that you've been moving through. That's also possible. And I would also say some of the people that you meet can also help you to get to the other side of some of the challenges that you've been facing. A new physical or mental experience is possible, like a new opportunity could come in. And so kind of what I mean by that is like some of you might be moving to a new home or a new environment. Some of you could have a significant change in a belief system, or you could gain some kind of greater values. So much is possible. So much could open up for you this month. An element of justice is present with this energy also. So, the 6 really is about truth, love, and honesty. And so justice plays a role in this. So some of you might have some legal dealings that arise and there's some kind of greater solution that comes through that process. Some of you could see closure with situations that you've been dealing with, and that closure, brings the resolution that's needed. It might not necessarily go 100% in your favor, but it will bring a sense of relief because it's allowing you to move forward, right? So there's some kind of closure there. And so that can be, again, with like relationships, some kind of a job situation, some kind of belief system, you name it. But there's this sense of justice being served, not in a vindictive way, but in a freeing way. So that's really beautiful. There's definitely this energy, 44s, of moving towards calmer waters and gaining some kind of greater relief when it comes to some area of your life. But just know you've done the work to get there. So the wisdom is yours for the taking because you've earned it. And it's interesting because I pulled an animal wisdom message for you all for this month. And on the cards, there's numbers, and the number on the card is 44. Anyway, so it's definitely for you, but you got wolf energy. And so it's interesting because when wolf comes through, wolves are pack animals. They are not meant to be alone, right? We have this whole idea of the lone wolf, but that's really a myth. Wolves would die in the wild if they were alone. They have to find a pack. And it's interesting because what kind of came to mind was this idea of working together, of connection, of connecting with others in some way to achieve your goals. And so if you think about wolves, they if they fight amongst each other, it doesn't go very long because they have to have peace and harmony within the pack in order to survive, right? And so that's usually why there's the hierarchy and you have the alpha male and blah, blah, blah. But there's, if there's quarrels, it is dissipated very quickly. It is taken care of very quickly because there needs to be that peace and balance. And I don't know, that just kind of came through. So if there's some connections or relationships where there is discord or, the bickering or the vindictiveness or whatever, that will need to be healed this month, or at least initiated to be healed this month. Anywhere that you're carrying any baggage or heaviness around relationships will be asked to be healed this month, or at least initiated to some degree, and greater justice found within that connection. However that looks for you. But the bickering, the kind of holding the heaviness, carrying that in your heart is weighing you down. And so this is a time to find a way to release that with wolf energy coming through. Beautiful energy here. So hope it's a great one, 44s. Take care. Bye for now.